Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, psych defender of the fatherland. Off here to a 1v1 on Bocage. In the north is Major Kusanagi fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Rolling out here with the glorious 2nd Armored Division featuring tactical support, Urban Assault Company, and Heavy Cavalry Company. With triple infantry, west and south, that is Eisernez, Kreus. Fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the... let's just go with Panzerdivision featuring Spearhead, Jaeger Infantry, and Storm with Infantry. And then tank and bullets in there. Grenadier MU-42 versus the Rifleman. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my own personal company of heroes, my patron supporters, these wonderful chaps. These wonderful people keep me supported, are definitely holding a special place in the heart. You too can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon itself, and you can just donate. Links in the description to either Patreon or PayPal. Otherwise, comment, like, share, subscribe, and press the bell button to make me happy. And keep YouTube from tearing my head off. Anyways, steady advances so far from both sides. Rifle squad heading east, Eisernez heading west. Other rifle squad heading centerwards. And we got Germans heading focused east there. Then before two pioneers, we've got a bit of Bartley here to block off the entrance. And we got the Grenadiers basically in the center. Steady advance here. Looks like first clash will be over the eastern victory point here by the river cross of the stream. Bartley up here as well. Kreus here, or Eisernez Kreus, looking to deny as much cover to his opponent in crucial engagements. May also lay some down here, I suppose. Grenadiers in the centre moving up for the glory of Deutschland. Second Grenadier squad there for Kreus. Third rifle squad for Kusanagi. No sign of a doctrine yet for either side. MD-4 in the rifle squad, and not quite surprised them actually. Quite fortunate there, I guess, for Kusanagi, able to quickly back off the rifleman and, of course, take countermeasures, since now he knows where the MD-42 is. He's got two rifle squads here, so theoretically he could pull in with a flank. Grenadiers in the centre almost got it. Westward's got the Eisernez moving up there. On my left flank, Bassel's moving forwards, wanting some attention. Pioneers moving up steadily, trying to figure out where the riflemen are. Also, at the same time, note the way he's positioned the machine gun. He's aware he might get flanked. Of course, if he were his opponent, Kusanagi, were to go for deep flank, he would still be cut off badly. But the Pioneers would at least give him some time to react. Second Grenadiers on the west side here. Shots here between Grenadiers rifle squad. Rifle squad should be able to close in with Grenadiers east, in which case they will beat them because up close rifle squads. I mean, individually, the rifle squad on Rifleman has 50% DPS than a Grenadier squad. Now, than a fifth guy, and you generally have a lot of DPS compared to Grenadier squad up close with rifle squad. And there we go, deep flank is expected because Kreuz here, what's going on, backs off at the same time as the centre's collapsing. Definitely in a bit of risk here, getting overwhelmed as he spread out too fast. Third Grenadier squad there for Kreuz, getting some tech soon here. Panther Grenadiers or some vehicles could do a lot here. Meanwhile, Kusanagi going for a deeper flank here, ready to outmaneuver the goddamn Nazis. We might actually see some urban assault here, since Molotovs would, of course, be a great choice here for blasting out the Germans there. Grenadiers pushing back the rifle squad on the west here, steady advanced as well. MD-42 firing away. Rifle squad caught, backing off. Will he go for urban assault here? Since again, it could be an expedient measure, but of course he may decide he actually wants tactical support or heavy cavalry, so of course he doesn't have to go for it. But again, it is something to have been considered there. Grenadiers pushing west there, pushing back the Eisernez. The small site there of action that did not prove to be a huge problem for the Germans. Machine gun up the centre, a bit on its own. You need to be mindful of that. Rifle squad's just backing off there. Kusanagi's had enough already. Ambulance on the way there to help patch up his troops. Provide them with a nice hot cup of chocolate. Grenadiers moving up the centre, rifle squad on the fire here. Two Grenadiers versus one rifle squad. That should be a win for the Grenadiers, in particular longer ranges. The Grenadiers do have better DPS there. Pioneers moving up the centre. Bit of skirmishing here. Tech down there for Kreuz. Could go for some Panzergrenadiere, which of course everybody goes for. Lieutenant out here for Kusanagi. And mechanized command post here. Possibly a fast steward. Probably a fast steward. Could also be a fast M20. Grenadiers ground the western point here in the east. Pioneers moving up. Bit of barbed wire there on the sandbags. Standoff continues here. Kusanagi, I think, may want to look like for a way to quickly make breakthroughs here versus Kreuz rather than just trying to fight it with them slowly. There we go. Machine gun also ramming here. Of course, right flank of the machine gun quite exposed. He could try and lay down some S-mines. This is an expedient measure to keep the machine gun's flank secure and, of course, just mess up Kusanagi's day. Panzer squad right about down there for Kreuz. Thumbs up. Some hardened Panzergrenadiere. Then it's been pushed back with the rifle squads. Rifle squad lieutenant going up for deeper flank again, trying to outman the machine, but this time, though, Kreuz has seen through him. Has he? Possibly. Grenadiers on the west side could actually push for the fuel point. In fact, Kusanagi's left his fuel completely exposed as he focuses hard on his opponent's fuel point. Stay on the side of doctrine here from either side. Kusanagi, of course, could also consider mortar here. Could not be a half bad choice. There you go. Panzercat Rifle got close. Pioneer coming as well there. Goodbye to Lavner almost tossed, but cancelled just in time. Lieutenants are pressed here, and Kusanagi's braid for the eastern fuel point has run into some issues. Ralph's got flank here. The MD-42 to turn around by the Panzer Grenadier. The Sturmgewehrs definitely letting off quite the bite here against the lieutenant, forcing the unit to retreat there, leaving poor Lewis dead in the grass. Ralph's got the two Grenadier squads up close. Definitely going to have to pull back with the Grenadiers team with slightly weakened rifle squads up close again. They pack a hell of a punch. Reasons there was the Panzer Grenadiers stood light tank for Kusanagi for freedom, democracy. Ralph squad falling back here in the centre as Kreuz here keeps up momentum here, or at least tries to exploit momentum. Back here, nothing further going on there for Kreuz. He's going to need a Pack 40 soon or some armoured cars. He could in a pinch if he's really desperate. Of course, equip his Panzer Grenadiers with Panzer Shreks, but I typically like to see that only as, you say, an emergency option. It's not really super efficient to upgrade them with that. Still a light tank there for Kreuz. 50 cal following up there for Kusanagi as well. Very good. And we do get Urban Assault, which opens up for the Molotovs, opens up for rifle grenade launchers in the rear echelons, though he's probably going to go for minesweepers there. Rangers, cover to cover, and of course the M4 Sherman Calliope. Rifle squad there almost wiped out. Panzer there being shot to bits of range here by the Lieutenant Rifle squad. At short to mid range, the Panzer is likely typically in a one-on-one engagement dominate, but longer ranges, the assault rifles do suffer a significant DPS drop-off, at least somewhat. Still rushing forwards here for Kusanagi, engaging those goddamn Nazi scum, saying those Grenadiers packing and routing back, not quite to Berlin, but back to headquarters. Pioneers secure on the southern point, they're 50 cal almost down here for Kusanagi. That's going to add some further discomfort here for Kreuz and his infantry. We got nothing further going on the base. We got the medics on the way there, the Sanitäter, but no sign of a doctrine and no sign of an anti-tank gun. So I'm not entirely sure here what Kreuz's game plan is versus those verdammte Amerikaner. Back here, troops reinforcing for Kusanagi. Determining on the western point. I'm a bit surprised that Kreuz never sent someone up to like harass the western fuel point, like disrupt Kusanagi's fuel flow. Definitely a bit of an oversight there. Not a huge one, but a oversight nonetheless. Like to make a nice company here being ducked by the Pioneers. How did work there with sandbags, shovels, and the occasional sauerkraut-filled pillow. 50 coming up the eastern side. Send security up at the re-echelons. Tank trap down as well for some extra cover. Very quiet here. No grenades, no weapon racks here for Kusanagi. Pack 40 on the way there for Kreuz. The Panzerabwehrkanone 40. Grenadiers holding back. Grenadiers, Panzers up the centre. Lots of light machines up there for Kreuz, increasing his firepower as the rifle squads at short to mid range. Technically also up close as well, but typically if the rifle squads up close with light machine Grenadiers, the Grenadiers will still, I think, lose. Ralph's got decent sights, still they're holding back. He's obviously concerned about the possibility of mines, but also, you know, Pack 40 nearby, those only around up now. In the centre here, we've got a slow possible setup for an advance to the west side, is definitely where some of the action is happening here. As Eisernez Kreuz is looking to unravel here, Kusanagi's left flank, as of course Kusanagi's trying to do the same thing to Kreuz's right flank. With technically Kusanagi's right flank from that perspective. But anyways, Grenadiers being overwhelmed to retreat, the building's about to collapse, fall down on the Grenadiers and entomb them for archaeologists to unearth and figure out what the devil's going on there. Reasons push back, and the west tick Grenadiers bring up, Panzer's pushing back the lieutenant. Machine gun holding up here. Pack 40 moving up. Pack 40 gets a great whiff off, misses the steward entirely. I'm sure it gives the crew quite the scare, but yeah, beyond that, there's not really much else going on. 50 push back the Pioneers. Eastern side being lost. Kreuz is getting the western side, but it's definitely getting a bit messy here between the two players. Stewart there does take one hit from the Pack 40, but is still mostly intact. Eastern fuel point claimed here now by Kusanagi. Freedom and democracy. In the west, Panzer's only against the lieutenant's now been equipped with the BAR, the Browning automatic rifle. Has he double barred him? Yes, indeed, he has been double barred. would technically make him a captain. Oh, yeah. No, never mind. Anyways, Rob's going back there for reinforcement healing. Around the western fuel point there. We got Rangers out here for Kusanagi, equipped with the Thompson. 2 thumbs up to that. Quite potent. And technically, in the game that is, it's actually a better assault rifle than the Sturmgewehr 44, an actual assault rifle. Yeah, don't ask me why, but for some reason, all Allied submachine guns more or less have performances like assault rifles. The German submachine guns have performance like submachine guns. And then you have the Sturmpioneer submachine assault rifles, which slightly perform like submachine guns as well. Anyways, 50 cal catching the gun easy. Gun is up here behind the Ralph Squad there, opening up. There we go. Very good. Ralph Squad suppressed. Graham Neeson pointing with the Pioneer. 2 gun squads push back here up the 5th cal. On the west side here, we've got the Lieutenant moving up. Rangers on the move here for Kusanagi. Freedom. Liberty. Apple pie. Back here in base for Kreus, which suits the support of maybe rush out a Stug on Ostwind here versus Kusanagi. Still no doctrine for Kreuz. Still no doctrine. Mines here by decent point. Telaminen. Lieutenant up there. We got the Rangers on the wall. They're leaving the rear to regard the point. Nice work there by Kusanagi. Rangers ready to move forwards and kill some goddamn Germans. Germs? No, Germans. Oh. So this hand sanitizer I brought, yeah. You need a submachine gun. Oh. This is Rifle Squads. Pioneers swing up, Panzer hiding out here a bit there. Another machine gun there for Kreuz to help deal with Kusanagi's infantry. Not a bad choice there. Pack 40 gets a great help. Range going for the Panzer. Need to focus them down now. Need to possibly, not possibly, need to get off the grenade at the right time. Also, the range have a good chance of tuning up the Panzer leaders, I think. There we go, just around here. Pack 40 in trouble. Pioneers trying to cut out the retreat. Eisernez, I think, may also want to get in on that bit there. Kreuz here routing Grenadiers from the centre to assist here on the right flank. As losing the Pack 40 here to Kusanagi's Rangers would obviously be a bit of a nightmare for Kreuz to have to deal with. Second enemy forward 2 almost done. Still a supplement corps. Kusanagi could himself be taken up soonish. Still a bit more to go there. And so in this regard, Kreuz definitely going to have the advantage with the Panzer IV out. Rangers, they're routed. 2 light machine gun teams flying at max ranges. Definitely a bit of a problem there for Rangers. And the centre here, Ralph Squad backing off and carve some vital territory there. Very good. Back here, troops reinforcing healing, preparing for the next big push. East side here, Grenadiers using the victory point there for the glory of the German Reich. And here at Major Kusanagi's base, we've got the battalion command post finally being activated. Someone's got enough coffee to wake up the Major. MD-40 on the Ralph Squad Lieutenant there as well, could soon be suppressed. More BARs out. In fact, now all of his infantry has at least 1 BAR. Thumbs up there to Kusanagi. Certainly makes things a lot more challenging there for Kreuz's infantry. Pioneers found on that support cop there for Kreuz. Gunners still being hammered out here as they tried to pierce Kusanagi's front line. And Kusanagi was having none of that. Pack on this to the light tank. Good hit. Gunners Rifle Squad in the centre. In the west here we got the Lieutenant being suppressed. Pack here at risk of being wiped out. Machine gun turning around to try and save that. Gunners will be suppressed by the 5th cal. There we go. Suppressed the Rifle Squad. Panzer IV for Kreuz. Very good. Major out for Kusanagi. West side here. Panzer pushing forward. 3 kills. Halfway 2 veterans. Here 2 already. Stewart being fixed up once more. Rearson's hard at work as the crew sits inside uncomfortably as the Stewart was in fact an incredibly cramped light tank. This was Rangers pushing forward. So another 5th cal here for Kusanagi. Rangers riding the Grenadiers with smooth ease. Up here, Panzer was Ralph Squad. Popping off back here. I think he's trying to bait him into a more effective range for the Panzer Grenadiers. Very good idea here. Panzer IV almost on there for Kreuz. Still no doctrine for Kreuz though. Map situation is looking also a bit roughy for Kreuz. Though again, with the Panzer IV, he's going to have a significant advantage. In particular, since Kusanagi currently has no anti-tank weapons. Like he doesn't have access to anti-tank guns. And not a single soul has been equipped with bazookas either. So the Panzer IV is going to be quite a problem here for Kusanagi. There you go, Rangers versus the Panzer IV. First shot. Didn't quite make a splash, but nonetheless, the Panzer IV's presence in itself is typically convincing enough against infantry that doesn't have anti-tank weapons. Now it's time for the hand sanitizer. No bazookas. Oh, never time for sanitizer. Nope. MD-42 was Rifle Squad suppressed. On the west, we got the MD-42 was MD-50 cal and the Rifle Squad. Coming up Rifle Squad here. Nice shot. They almost wipes up the entire Rifle Squad. Excellent shot there from the Panzer Compound 50 cal also getting out of there. As that similarly doesn't have an effort to stop the Panzer IV. Shot fire. Got a kill there. Panther goes straight for the Steward. Nice shot there. Punches straight through the frontal armour. As expected. Pack 40, number 2 on the way for Kreus. Is he stalling for something, tier 4? Or could it be a Tiger tank? Like, that would explain why he hasn't, say, gone for Jaeger infantry like Storm. Is he actually playing for a Tiger here? I mean, that's been ages, but double pack 40s, I mean, is very much a Tiger style strategy. And now we have a Panther Turm. Fun fact, the Germans would also improvise these by just burying Panthers. In fact, the 11th SS Panzer Grenadier Division Nordland received an entire company's worth of Panther. It wasn't maybe actually a full battalion, but actually I think about a battalion's worth of Panther Model Ts, the early models, which the Germans have written off as defunct, basically unoperable. But it turns out they're actually able to get them working, and thus were able to create their own Panther battalion. Working, that is. But yeah, it wasn't uncommon just to take like old Panthers. I could about old Panthers, but you know, Panthers just couldn't work. Obviously, just written off and then just bury them down in the dirt and use them as Panther terms that way. Fun fact. Moving forward through the suppression variations of Mania, Panther 4 there. Close veterans, one of these. We got the Gunnersman push back the Rangers, the Rifle Squad, and the Lieutenant. A massive infantry push, and these machine gun being hauled in. But will it be able to set up in time to stop this infantry assault from Kusanagi? More pioneers here for Kreuz. Very good. Thumbs up. And now going before set up just narrowly in time. The Rangers squad to press. Rifle Squad attacking head on here. And quickly turns up. There you go. We do get grenades as well from Kusanagi. He is not just gone for bars, but also bulk grenades. Cheeky Kusanagi. Very nice. Thumbs up. Rangers there being pushed back by the Panther 4, though. He still, though, lacks one critical issue, which is more bazookas. He's getting some now, but he may be regretting handing out all those bars and grenades and leaving nothing for the bazookas. Anti-tank rifle on the Panther 4 is going to bomb some time in to bring up anti-tank weapon to deal with the Panther 4. You can actually go for Sherman now. Now upgrade with the bulldozer blades. Of course, he may be planning here for the Jackson tank destroyer, though, versus the Panther 4. That might arguably be a slightly overkill. But on the other hand, on a map like Bocage, it can make use of its range effectively, in which case it can still be a significant obstacle for the Panther 4. Rifle Squad here was the Panther 4. In the west, we got the 5th coming up there. Still moving forwards. You thinking they're about to get outmaneuvered here with a light tank. Close to the east on that little tank. Back here, reinforcing healing for Kusanagi. Back here, Kreuz its base. Nothing further going on. No armor, no nothing. And there you go. Kusanagi is in fact going here for the M36 Jackson tank destroyer. Packing some great hits from the Stuart light tank. Kusanagi needs to deal with those packs though. And particularly ones like the Jackson to do much. Mortar could be a great addition though, of course. There's also just the likelihood who's going to go for Calliope, since it's obviously going to like punish Kreuz very hard for just bunching up his packs. So that's very likely, I imagine, what we're going to see happen. Just go for Calliope at some point and just wreck the packs that way. Lieutenant just needs to get out there. He could have thrown down a smoke screen, by the way, but he just ran to the point neutral and figured that's enough. Our people at Northern Fuel Point, they're trying to push forward, but they get pinned down by the 50 cal there. No mercy from the gunners. Jackson almost done for Kusanagi. For Kreuz, can soon go for another Panther 4, if that is indeed what he's planning. And there we go. Jackson takes out there for Kusanagi for freedom and democracy. Looks like he's trying to clear up some of the Bocage and clear up lines of fire. Not a bad idea there. Thumbs up to Kreuz. Ooh, cover to cover.
German forces tracking on 300 points.
Nice. Of course, the arrival of the Panzer IV rather throws a bit of an obstacle in the show up there. Go, Stuart moving forward, backed up here by the Jackson tanks, trying to swing forward. See, anti-tanks nearby, but it's going to push back the Stuart also to prevent the Jack from pushing further ahead, but still decent. But still, there's another MD-42 in the end, which completely throws off Kusanagi. Still, I like the overall setup there. It wasn't like, you know, bad, but, you know, it highlights, you know, mortar can still be a nice thing. I have the shown smoke screen openly help there, but either way, though, not bad. Just he wasn't expecting Kreus to be more heavily fortified. There were more machine guns around there to thus thwart this. But he tried, and you know, that's what matters as well, you know. Gotta give credit to the effort here, so thumbs up to Kusanagi even if things went rather pear-shaped. We do get tier 4 from Kreus, who's definitely stalling for something. Again, the question is it Spearhead on the target tank, or is it stalling for Panthers? Bunk grenade in the rifle squad on retreat, and ooh, that actually paid off there. Could get a wipe here on the rifle squad. Does he get it? Does he get it? Nope. Back here, reinforcing healing. Pack getting great hits on the Stuart. There we go, Kreus with Spearhead. Gonna be some time though if we won't get out the Tiger tank though. Will be some time. Never mind the command point, well just fuel wise. In this regard, Kusanagi's fuel harassment was quite great, and again Kreus just didn't succeed like getting a lot of map back then, particularly getting up some resource in the west to compensate consistently enough. Grenade from the Rangers and the Grenadiers. Doesn't quite land, and there you go. More Grenadiers coming up. The first Grenadier squad here turned into kill zone for the Rangers, forcing them back again. We got 218 versus 325 in this regard. Kusanagi does have a nice lead over Kreus, and Kreuz's plan here to stall for the target tank is definitely looking a bit risky. Panzers there reinforcing. Gunners holding out. And the rest got the student fought the rifle squad and lieutenant, going straight for the gunners in the west. Gunners routed. Jackson moving for Kusanagi. Put in from the Pack 40 there, punch straight for the Stuart's armor. Pack 4 backing off here. Nice hit from the Jackson though. Close to on that Panzer 4. Target weak upon the Pack 40, but they're all quickly away. And there we go. We do get the climb from Kusanagi as expected. And this could get really uncomfortable for Kreus very fast, and really uncomfortable. East side pushing force as well there. Kusanagi is definitely looking emboldened here with the Calliope on the way. He might even try and bait the anti-tanks that are up here, using the Jackson to then set up for the Calliope barrage. Panzer 4 taking a nasty damage. Engine still going in there. Panzer 4 getting mission 2 rifles getting wiped out, but then before 2, and there we go. Down it goes. Calliope is not finding Jackson to get away there. Almost got the Panzer 4, but almost lost the Jackson, but didn't get away, lose it either. Calliope there. Still moving forwards here for Kusanagi for freedom and democracy. Stuart knocked out. Nice kill there for Kreus. Still some time away before the Tiger arrives, with the fuel pump being denied to Kreus. Gonna be some time again. Calliope waiting for the right time to strike here against Kreus and his merry band of Germans. And there you go. Maybe not. Just firing a Calliope barrage off here. Straight to the Pack 40. There we go. Machine crew being caught here by the rockets as these green through the air. Machine gun crew explodes alongside the machine gun. Second machine crew almost about to get wiped out as well. And there we go. He retreats through it. Almost losing the entire second machine gun as well. Pack still get away from it. Mostly intact except for the Ace Pack crew, which has seen much better days. Got the Panzer going for flanking around the 5th cal, using the gunners in this case actually as bait to buy time for the Panzer to get off the flank. And that works. As long as he just gets that fuel point into his hands. And there you go, 5th cal knows what's going on and gets out of there. Good response by Kusanagi. In the center, 5th cal occupied. Back here, trick reinforcing healing for Kreus. Should push on for the fuel point and then just grab it. And he's pushing for the eastern one at least.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Rangers with the Panzer. Those Panzers just need to retreat now. They do gain the ace level. They do gain the ace level. Dennis in the center was the 5th cal. They turn the major. Reinforce the lieutenant. Panther moving westwards. Fun fact, the Allies in the west would actually claim a lot of the Tiger kills when in reality they would be typically taken up with either Panther Force with the armored side skirts, because to the untrained viewer or observer, they would look kind of roughly the same. So, little fun fact there. Kreus is closing in on that Tiger tank though, the actual Tiger tank and not the pocket Tiger, if you will. About a minute now away from the Tiger tank, Major there taking out the machine crew there almost entirely. Calliope is ready to unleash another, well, serenade straight from hell here. Terms the Pioneers here, Panther forming forwards.
Looks like we're getting into the excitement.
Panther's lieutenant. Nice shot there, 22 kills. What will he aim for? Will he try to spot the packs and deal with that? Is he just going to fight the gunners up close? Lost another infantry unit. Kusanagi needs to replace some of the infantry losses, though he also arguably needs more tanks. Kreus still getting ever closer to the Tiger tank. Also, Kusanagi's got a big 2-point lead, so. Meanwhile, Kreus continues to bleed out. He definitely needs something about that soon. Panther 40 catching rifle forward here. Very good. Tiger tank is moments away from Kreus. Good hit from the Jackson. The Panther 4 punching straight through the armor. No mercy there shown. In the east here, Canadians being expressed by the 5th, or Panthers being expressed by the 5th gun. There you go. Finally, at the 26, almost 27 mark here, Kreus can call in the Tiger tank. And there you go. Tiger gefechtsbereit. Cloud barrage here, trying to take out the supporting unit. He's about to get back to the clouded barrage here. Panther takes some hits as well. 100 points left here for Kreus versus Kusanagi. But the Panzer has mobilized one Tiger from its, well, Funkline-Abteilung, as by 1944-45 you'd actually see older Tiger tanks like the Tiger 1 being used, well, even some of the early model Tiger 2s, but being used in radio control battalions like Controlled Goliaths and Borgward 4Bs. So they'd obviously all just be used like a Tiger tanks, but there's a little sort of fun note there. I'm forward for the Tiger tank, pinning machine gun almost done. Jackson crossing the stream here in the west. Could get flanked by the Tiger tank. But Kreus is delving into his opponent's territory with the Tiger tank, looking for the Calliope. Narrowly misses it. He could actually use the air recon to spot it out there. That's actually been a pretty good idea there by Kreus. Panther versus Rangers. That's going to be a wipe there unless Kusanagi gets super lucky. He doesn't. Panther 4 bits away. The Tiger tank can actually push with the Jackson. There you go. Pack shoots. Only one gets a shot through. We got 90 versus 320.
Sherman ready.
There you go. Sherman out. Jackson taking a hit there. Tiger tank versus 3 echelons. Another shot there. It's going for the Jackson. Another hit, the Tiger took a lot of damage. Not the best opening out of the Tiger tank for Kreus. Not the best opening. Definitely want to keep the proper supported by infantry and, you know, a bit more directed. Having it just sort of mill around aimlessly. Definitely limited the impact there of Kreus' Tiger. Sherman taking nice hit from the packs. They need to back off now. Talk about close there for Kusanagi. Machine gun wiped out, leaving Kreus now without any machine gun teams. Meanwhile, Kusanagi still has 2. But on the other hand, Kusanagi has next to infantry, whereas Kreus still has all 4. So good work there on Kreus keeping his infantry alive. Good work by Kusanagi keeping his 2 machine guns alive. Need to get that Tiger tank fixed up. Panther 4 at least is well, it's good to go. Halfway to the ace level. Grab the MG42 back. 5th color's opening up. Comes to the flank in the 5th car, pushing back. We got the Sherman there. Switching goes to the 5th car first. He's got fragmentation bomb called in. Ow! That was a close one there. That was a really close one. He could actually lost the vehicle crew there to the fragmentation bomb, and then lost the Sherman because he got stunned by it. That was definitely a bit of a slip there by Kusanagi. Rangers out here for Kusanagi, freedom and democracy. But right now, Kreus is definitely looking like he's in a strong position. Part because again, Kusanagi's just run out of infantry, meaning he's got little to push ahead with now. In particular, after Sherman got turned down to, you know, a cooker.
We're losing a capture point.
Jackson having a nice great hit there on the Panzer IV. Close to the east level, and the west side going to the car pond there. Target tank being fixed up. Almost good to go here for Kreus. Another unit wiped out. Kusanagi's down just to one infantry squad again. This is just terrible. Unless you're the Germans, in which case it's great. It's the best thing ever since Kruppsteel on Porsche engines. And jackboots. Can't forget those. Jackson forwards here for Kusanagi. Panzer IV receiving repairs once more. Now the MG42 here for Kreuz. Being very consistent, keeping a minimum of 2 there. Very good. Clyde milling a bit about again here for Kusanagi. 15 kills, close to veterans who won. Yeah, that target tank, despite all the time and effort spent trying to get it, just isn't quite making the splash you figure it would. Well, unless you actually know how well the target performs, you actually do. Handful catching the Rangers. We got some air reconnaissance from Kusanagi, probably trying to figure out the way forward against Kreuz. Jazz going to ambush the Panther 4 here. Target tank moving forward, but switching in from the Major. There you go, great hit from the target tank, actually doing some damage. Jackson getting the Eastland, another hit from the target tank, close to veterans 1. Bazooka fire there, pushes the target tank a bit back. Jackson shoots, misses the Tiger. We got 90 versus 214. Pack holding back here for Kreuz a bit. Could still push for less than a point, but he's got the car point, and Kusanagi's yet to go back. He could theoretically go for another Calliope, but that's going to be a waste. He needs more armor, but he also needs more infantry. And right now, the major bottleneck for Kusanagi is basically the manpower. It's not like he can grab more points to grab more manpower. So manpower is typically, you know, the primary resource, and that's all the thing you got to be like more mindful of. So Kreuz getting all these wipes on Kusanagi at this point is actually really huge, because again, it creates such a strain there on Kusanagi. So even though Kusanagi had all the fuel in the world, he wouldn't be able to use it effectively without sufficient manpower. Tactical westwards here, going to the 5th car there, pushing it back, actually getting almost a wipe here. And down it goes. See. Jackson forwards, there we go, another Jackson for Kusanagi. 2 heavy tank destroyers here versus Kreuz and Deutschland. Target tank there, could try and blitz the Jackson there. Pack 40 opens up as well there. Almost got it, and there we go. Jackson down, another kill here. Mark, another one for Deutschland. Kreus about to get wiped up with the target tank. Got the Panther 4 rushing forwards here. Range is being shot with the gun use. Trying to take out the Clyde here with the Panther 4. Almost ace on that Panther 4. Pushing it aggressive with the packs in the target tank. There he go. Keeps missing the damn Calliope. It's not like it's a small target either. Ooh, shot bounce. That's kind of lucky there for Kusanagi though. I think with the Panther 4 inside the base, lucky doesn't matter. There's an Ace Panther 4 now inside the base. And a target tank knocking in as well there. So looking pretty bad here for Kusanagi. Looking pretty bad. I would say this looks very much like GG.
Tank destroyer is ready for action.
In the end, the manpower losses really crippled Kusanagi. And you can see the map here effectively to Kreuz. And ultimately, he just wasn't able to get the same kind of wipes, and then Kreuz was able to get on him. So there you go, GG, game over. A victory for Kreuz, victory for Germany, a victory for German engineering. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you did, subscribe and like, share, you know, whatever you can. This is Imperial saying cheers. Thank you for watching. Of course, like we do, you can also donate and pledge on Patreon. Links in the description. Cheers, everyone, and see you all tomorrow for another Sunday episode. Bye.